Welcome to day 6, yes, day 6, of the 300 movie challenge. Today we watched the highest grossing film of November 1994, which was Interview with the Vampire.
It was excruciating.
It was, yeah,
It was too long.
It was
way too long.
and it was
Way too long.
too unnecessarily gory.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's basically this movie. It's just unnecessary. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even understand
Oh,
why this had to be a thing.
right. Well, because here's the thing. Like, the idea is, you could, of course, like, okay, well, the movie is basically like, following this guy's life as a vampire and problems don't fit. Okay, fine. Like,
Yeah.
the thing is, I think that at least you two would agree, I hope you two would agree with me with this. If you minus the gore, vampires aren't scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gross, right?
Yeah.
It's just gross, yeah.
really,
So-
really gross.
Right, and so, because of that, like, and the other thing, this movie is played so seriously.
It's
Yeah.
so serious that it's excruciating to sit through.
It's, yeah, there's, like, nothing funny in the entire thing.
No.
And, see, I think it could have worked in two ways. One, if it was just, like, a parody and it was, like, going for the funny factor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
that
that would
maybe
be
could've
really
worked.
nice.
I would
Uh,
love if it was a parody.
Or,
I wouldn't mind the 3 hours if it was a parody.
I think it could work. Again, it does. I don't think it would work because vampires. Because again, I don't think vampires as a concept is scary. It would have to be
Yeah.
something else. And if it was straight horror, right? And I'm not saying we would like it, but I'm saying as a movie it would work better,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this tries to walk that fine balance of being sophisticated but also scary, and it doesn't work because besides just being gross, which it is at points, it
A
just
lot of
comes off
points.
super stiff and like, again, we just talked about Pulp Fiction, the dialogue being really natural. None of this felt natural at all.
No.
It was super
No.
stilted.
I mean, they spent time with that one guy for 30 years, when really they should have just left.
Yeah, the whole first half of the movie is about the two guys who are, living together, but they're like so fundamentally different as people and they like
They
really
hate
dislike.
They hate each other.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
understand
gone that
why
they were
they
like
stay
together for 30 years and it's like, but why?
Exactly.
Why would you do that? Like, I get
And
it.
when the girl comes in, it's like, oh, we have to take care of her, but really, that one guy could have just taken care of her.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like I said during, like, our watch, the girl was definitely the best actress in the entire movie.
Yes.
So all the gore made me so sick, though.
And the girl's actually, I think the girl is the most interesting part of it, because just her idea about, like, she was kind of robbed of a childhood, like, could have been done interestingly, and they kind of slightly touched upon it,
But they
Yeah.
didn't.
but they
Do
didn't
too
go
much
all
with it.
enough with it, right?
And then she died.
Oh, yeah. And
I think if the movie was about her and, like, her just trying to reconcile her just staying a child forever, that would be very interesting.
yeah,
But
I think
no.
if she was the one giving the interview, too.
Yeah,
like, if
but-
it was the guy that died instead, and she was the one giving the interview.
like if it was her,
Yeah.
if it was her story instead.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that,
think
that would have
would've
been more
more
interesting.
certainly.
And the other thing that at first I was like, huh, this could be good, but then they kind of ruined it, was actually the end, because at first when the interview guy was like, basically saying, no, make me a vampire instead or whatever, I was thinking like, are you fucking kidding me? This is really stupid. But then, when, I don't remember, the Louis, or
Protagonist.
the Brad Pitt guy, when he basically said, like, you
He's
didn't
like, are
listen
you
to...
serious?
Yeah,
you didn't get the point of my story.
Right, and
Yeah.
so, like, I kind of liked that at first, because then it's, like, it kind of gets to the thing about, like, people, like, idolize people that they think are, like, super impressive when, like, they shouldn't and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of neat, but then the fact that the other guy, Lestat, like, shows up in the car while he's driving away and, like, bites him, it's like, you kind of just ruined your message.
Yeah.
And it came hell out of nowhere, so it's like, oh, okay. And, yeah, it's way too long.
It's just unnecessary. That that is just how I feel about this movie. It's unnecessary. Just the
I would
entire
rather
thing is
watch-
unnecessary.
I'd rather watch Clear and Present Danger again.
I think I would too at this point. I
Yeah,
was unsure
I would
earlier
too.
on, but I think I would as well, because at least in Clear Present Danger, the acting was pretty good to good, right?
Yeah.
And the writing was decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it
It's
just
just
was,
that it was
boring.
boring.
Right? And
Yeah,
but
it's
the
really
individual
boring.
pieces were fine.
Yeah.
Here again, it's like what? Okay, what was good about this movie? I guess visually it looked fine.
You mean when it wasn't in the dark and you could
Well,
barely
okay,
see people's
yeah.
faces?
Fine, that's true.
Okay, costuming. Costuming was good.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I care about. The rest is just I hate it. I hate it so much.
I don't hate it because okay, there's nothing in it that pissed me off. Just
Okay,
almost
that's fair.
just almost everything was just bleh. Both in a literal sense and also a mental sense.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's one other thing that I kind of did like actually is showing that near the end where he was saying that he could finally see the sunrise through like the movies.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was an interesting.
That was kind of
touch,
neat,
yeah.
and they like showed different movies and how the movie.
Yeah, I
quality
guess
is
I
improved.
can't say I hated
Yeah.
it because I kind of felt some sympathy for Brad Pitt a little bit because I mean he was like, I don't like this. I kind of regret it, but
But they draw
I don't
that.
understand why. Yeah, like
They draw it
why
out
he-
so long, and it's like
Yeah.
he keeps stuck hung up on that over and over and over again, and it's like,
and he's
dude,
so whiny.
yeah, he's whiny in like a pretentious I'm not whining. It's just I don't know how to describe it besides that. It's because that's what I was saying earlier at the actually pretty early on was that like it's what's what I said it was over the top yet still what was the other
It
word?
takes itself.
Serious?
Yeah, it was over the top but still too serious
Yeah.
at the same time in terms of like the acting and the dialogue because it's like so self-righteous in a sense. It's
Yeah.
like it thinks it's saying such a grand, impressive tale, and it's just like muddy and you know.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like, get
right.
on with it, please.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Ugh.
I don't really have anything else to say. It's just not very good, and a lot of the gore was unnecessary. The nudity was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
There's one
They
point
really
that
did.
they literally just bring this girl out on like a stage and just completely strip her naked for no reason, and you're like, all right. I feel like the fucking virtual reality porn of Time Cop was more appropriate than. Because I don't know. Wasn't there some other porn or nudity at some point? I forgot.
I don't even
No, when
care.
she said that she wanted to grow up to be like that woman or something.
Oh yeah, you could like
Woman
half
taking
see
a
her.
bath.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. That's like, I don't know if this is what they were going for, but there was like kind of like pedo tones in there with like,
Oh yeah.
and that
Yeah.
was not needed and uncomfortable.
Ooh.
So
Ugh.
yeah. And like I kind of get like they're vampires. Oh, it's supposed to be uncomfortable, but it's like not in this way.
No.
No.
It's the wrong kind of uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for. It's not like I feel uncomfortable for what these characters are doing. It's I feel uncomfortable that someone made a movie showing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, it's just. It's not very good. It's if you don't like
Unnecessary.
It's not right.
gore, then absolutely don't watch it.
Yeah, I agree with that. As
Uh,
someone who's not a fan of gore, do not watch this movie.
Yeah,
I didn't expect it to be like that.
I
Like,
didn't
was just
either.
like,
No.
I mean, I thought like, oh, they're gonna show them like biting some people. Okay, fine, but like, the dude's like neck gets slit open and like he bleeds everywhere and like, yeah, it's pretty,
unnecessary.
yeah,
And
Like-
every single time they have to show them bite, it's like,
all
Okay.
super close up and just like, yeah,
yeah, it's like, okay, the first time, okay, it's understandable, you can show that, but
Yeah,
you don't have
because
to
it's the
show
first
it
one.
every single time.
yeah. There were very few times where they had it like kind of off screen. I can think of like once where they kind of showed it off screen and
With
it
the
like wasn't.
coffins,
Oh,
when they were like doing the funerals.
Yeah.
for the people. That's
Right.
it.
And like, because that's the thing. Like, I feel it would have been like, again, if they kind of took the comedic route, where they were like, "Oh yeah, we bite people. Like that's what we do," and like it's not a big deal anymore, right? So they didn't have to
Yeah.
keep showing it. But here, it's like they kept showing it, like, "Oh, they bite people." It's like, yeah, we know. So stop.
Yeah,
That's what they do. Like, stop, please. I think that added like an hour to the movie.
I think so.
It really didn't have to be this long. Like,
Them and them fighting for like 30 years.
Yeah, that was also unnecessary.
we could have like swapped this movie's runtime and Time Cop's runtime, and it would have been fine. I
Yes.
would have rather sat through 2 hours of
Yeah.
Time Cop.
Yeah, because I feel like Time Cop would work if it was longer and they added more things to it and made it beefier and more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah. Okay, how about I know we've been kind of like doing rankings of these films and keeping them secret from each other, but we'll ask this: is this the worst film we've seen so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we all agree
much.
that. I think probably I'm a little. I think I'm a little bit more lenient than you two, but not by much.
No.
So. Okay. Again, there was nothing that like pissed me off as like fuck this movie, but there wasn't anything that stood out as really that impressive, and it was just went on, and it was a waste of time, and it was unnecessary.
I think the
and
thing
don't
that
watch it.
makes me the most angry is how long it was, because
Yeah.
it really didn't have to be
Yeah.
this long.
That's
It
true.
really didn't need to be that long.
That's definitely true.
I mean,
Like, honestly,
most
they
of the
could have had
parts
this
that I
done.
couldn't watch the film either.
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
This film could have been 30 minutes, honestly. I am that, like...
It could have been
Upset.
a radio drama, I think.
Yeah.
It would have done more successfully as a radio drama.
Since it was like monologued over half the time.
Yeah.
It was just stupid and unnecessary.
And then we wouldn't have to see the fight scenes over and over and over again either.
I know. I just can't.
Okay, well, sounds like we're done.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, well, that's it for this one. We'll see you in the next one, which
Yep.
we won't say what the film is, but it's pretty much the exact opposite kind of movie that this one was.
Yes.
Thank God.
Which I'm very happy for.
Thank God.
So, hooray? Whatever.
Hooray!
Yay.
Well, goodbye for now.
Bye.
Bye.